Hello, welcome back to CSG LiveNoding. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at the Boolean accumulative effects in Sverchok. So the idea is that with the CSG Boolean, we can accumulate whatever CSG Boolean that we specify here, but we can only choose one. If you want to accumulate, so it's almost like a string or chain of CSG Boolean. So let's save this first. It's gonna be pretty simple. So box accumulate, and we're gonna start with a box, and we need to multiply it. I will be using matrix apply for that, and let's use line. So line is gonna be used to kind of instance the box. So if we just gonna look at the preview, we can do it like this. So we have how many boxes? 2 boxes. Let's make a couple of boxes and then randomize the box size using random number. Float, plug into the size. Let's make 10 and something like that. It's kind of okay. And we want to boolean all these box into a single object, and let's see how it goes. So let's have a look. Okay, we make this 10, so we have 10 objects in total, and if we bake it now, it's like multiple. Oh, it's actually a combined box, right? But still separate. If we want to boolean it, we need to use CSG Boolean. So we're gonna test this join. Join is the simplest to try, and we're gonna accumulate nested. We can have only final result or like one by one. We can see one by one result. Let's try only final result for now. So plug this guy in there. Make sure you turn off the join. Now we have 10 objects, and there will be 9 operations happening here connected to viewer draw. And so let's check this out and bake. So what we're gonna have is this guy right here. Let's check the wireframe. So it's pretty decent, it's pretty clean, and it's now a single object. If we smooth it, it's it's slightly messy, but like I said, if you are using just box and you are doing remesh, it's gonna be pretty clean. And remesh, even if you can use block, or maybe you want to use smooth. A remesh smooth is actually very good idea to use. So instead of getting something like this, we really get, if we smooth it from here, we get a really nice and clean mesh there. So start just simply by using this setup. So it's pretty easy. So accumulate Boolean, and this is using just join. Join is probably simplest to understand. You have multiple boxes and you join the box together. It's getting rid of whatever the inside of the box that's overlapping. You can try using different, let me think. If we turn off only final result, you will see here that we're gonna have nine objects because we have 9 operations. So it's like we have the first 2 boxes combined together, and then the next box, and so on and so on. And what's gonna happen is that when you look at, if you spread them apart, let me try using another line, plug this and increase it up, 10 objects. You will see for each Boolean operations, it's gonna combine the previous result of Boolean into the next box. Okay, so that's the basic idea. It should be pretty easy. We actually have only 9 operations, and if we bake it, we're gonna have all the 9 result over here, and they are probably kind of not very clean in terms of mesh, but we can always Boolean. Actually, we can always remesh. Use the smooth and try increasing that. So we have this result. This is actually really clean. Okay, so that's pretty much what CSG Boolean with Accumulative is. And currently we are using like a single box, and we duplicate it using matrix apply, and then we join them together. But you can actually start from something, you know, like the original shape of objects, and you can have like a multiple boxes, maybe like smaller boxes. That's kind of minus the big box, you know, the big box minus the small box, and you have like something like a cheese. I will try to do that on the next one. For now, I think I'm probably just gonna leave it here, or maybe I can, let me try one more thing. So CSG Boolean, we don't need this guy. Save this. So instead of all the box in a lining up like this, we can try, instead of line, we can try circle matrices, and we're gonna get something like that, you know, like a bunch of boxes. By default, circle give you 24 points. We just need 10. So 10 boxes, make sure they are touching each other. So increase the size of boxes. So now plug this there and there. Get only the final result, join them together, and bake, and you get that. So it's got, I think this can be really handy. Some of like really complex design of maybe spaceships can be created using just simple boxes. Yeah, and here we have actually box being arranged in circle, and if you're happy with this, you can always remesh, make it smooth and nice. Let's give it a wireframe. So instead of this, you get this, and this is very clean. You can increase the tree depth, play around with the scale if you like. So that's kind of decent. You can always go back to here, give a random, give like a random value, and you're gonna get new result. So this is just really either you're using line or using circle, and you plug it into the matrices of this, and the box will get duplicated, and then with this simple CSG Boolean nested, you're gonna get interesting results. So that's the idea here. It requires a trial and error, but you're gonna get interesting shapes simply by using this. So there you go. That's a quick demonstrations of CSG Boolean with a nested operations. Definitely something to try, and maybe, so if you can think of like a matrix arrangement that's interesting, and then use it with box first, because with box you can always remesh it and get a really nice clean shape. Otherwise it gets pretty messy once you use other shapes. But if you are using box, your guarantee will get a like a very clean topology. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.